Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I get this Koda utility cart set up that I picked up from Costco. I needed a utility cart to have around the garage so when I'm working on my motorcycle or on my automobile, I can have a place to readily place my tools so I don't have to keep walking back and forth when I'm working on a project. I want you to stay tuned to this video, and I'm going to walk you through how I get this Koda utility cart set up. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my honest review. So let's get started. Looking at some of the features of this Koda utility cart is that it has a durable steel construction that supports up to 500 pounds of weight. It has a solid wood top. It has 4-inch casters with 2 locking casters. So anytime the cart is not in use, we can lock the wheels. It also has a 2-inch tall pegboard panels that features 2 J-hooks for extra storage. So it's got some of the features that I can use here around the garage. One of the most important things is just being able to put my tools on this thing and wheel it around when I'm working on my motorcycle. But enough about the features. Let's work on getting this thing assembled. So we're gonna get this thing opened up. Wow. We're gonna set that to the side. Comes with some paperwork, and it shows you how to get this thing assembled. So I got this utility cart at a pretty good deal. It was about $140 at Costco. So let's open up the box, see what we're getting. We got these wheels. These are the caster wheels. 2 of the caster wheels are locking. And they actually feel pretty heavy duty. Set that to the side. And that's the thing about when you buy these things, you have to assemble them, and that's sometimes is a big inconvenience, but we're gonna work through this thing. And we're gonna try to get this thing assembled as fast as possible. And this is actually the first time that I will be assembling one of these utility carts. Get those opened up. Got a piece there. So those look like matching pieces. And that's the thing about Costco, man. You know, they sell very good products. And it is wrapped very tight. Just gonna set that to the side. Looks like we have a rubber mat. They realized that it was these many pieces that came with this utility cart. Wow. Set that to the side. Got a handle. Metal handle. And what do we have here? Look like we have some metal pieces at 90-degree angles. Set those to the side. Basically some hardware. We have a bunch of bolts, Allen wrenches, J-hooks. Wow, it's a lot of pieces. These look like Allen bolts. Yep. So we're gonna need some Allen wrenches to get this thing assembled. And we have some spare bolts as well. More paper. So there are a lot of pieces to this cart. As you guys can see, this is made of a nice wood finish. And this cart is going to have a pull-out tray. It's going to be able to pull that tray out. And we also have one more piece here in the box. What do we have here? A couple of look like brackets, plastic brackets. I'm gonna set those to the side. So I got my drill set up. We're gonna try to make this a little bit faster by putting a Allen bit on the end of the drill. That should speed up the process here. So we're gonna go to the outer bolts, the outer points. Put in the other brackets with the flat piece going on the inside. And we're going to place these bolts on the outer furthest points on each side. Using a drill makes it faster. One on each side at the furthest points. So we got those put in. Now we're going to move to step 2. That was step 1. Step 1 was getting the middle section and putting on the end pieces. Our top piece, which is here. So it doesn't say which way, but we're going to put these, since the slide comes out on that end, and we're going to mount them on the outside. Drop in my bolts. Grab 2 more bolts. Flip this thing around. I'm gonna put these 2 bolts here in the front. Take my drill. We're gonna lay this thing now. We got it laid on its backside. And it has it right here in the front. We're going to bolt up this middle section. So I'm gonna turn this around. Take a couple of these bolts. Run it through. Flip it over like that. Take my tighten those down. I'm gonna do the same to the bottom section. So we're gonna take it, flip it back over. This would be the bottom section. It has it written right here in the middle. I'm gonna flip it over. I find it easier to lay it on the side, so we're gonna We're gonna make sure that we have the bottom piece. Now that we have it assembled, take a couple of our bolts. Take my drill just to get it started. I'm not going to tighten it down just yet. It's probably a good idea to have these bolts kind of loose until you make your final adjustment. Just like so. Find it easier to lay it on its side. And now I'm gonna flip this thing over. Before we do that, let's look at the wheels. See if we can get the casters put on the wheels. It's using a spanner and it's going straight into the bottom. So what we're going to do, flip this thing around like so. We're going to take our wheels. Matter of fact, we're going to sit this thing up and we're going to take the wheels. And I might be getting ahead of myself. And we're going to take the spanner that came with the wheels and we're going to just tighten those down. One side will have the casters, the other side will not have the casters. So I guess it don't really matter which side you put it on. I can always go in and change it. So we're gonna take the caster to get it started. And we're gonna spin this spanner around. And once you start assembling this thing, it's not hard at all. I'll flip the unit over. Just like so. We're going to take our legs. There is a spot there for the casters, and we're going to take our bolts and just start putting them through. Take my drill. I'm not going to tighten it down yet. I'm just going to start it. I'm going to do the same for the middle, just to get it started. I'm going to do the same here. Just to get it started. Now we can tighten it down. Next, I'm going to do the other side. Take my other leg and flip it over. Take my bolts. And I want to get this thing started. Just hand thread the bolts through. And it's all coming together. So I'm going to hand thread these bolts through. Take my drill. Next, I can take my caster, and the casters are going to go on one side. And we're going to put those casters, we're going to put the casters on one side, and we're going to put the non-locking wheels on the other side. Just going to take this locking wheel. And this assembly is not taking that long. That I got the wheels on, I kind of jumped around. Now I can stand this thing up. Look at that. Now I got this thing standing up, and it's all coming together, and now I can finish putting the bolts back through here on the side. And I must say, this is the first time that I've ever assembled one of these utility carts. But once you kind of get an idea of how things go, it's really not that bad. Now that I have the table assembled, I'm taking the remaining bolts and going around the table and making sure that I have the bolts placed in all other spots on the top, the middle, and the bottom. And I'm going to just hand tighten these things in first just to get it started. Once you get them hand tightened in, then I can take the drill and finish torquing them down. So I'm going to take my drill. All right, get that drilled in. Tighten this down. Checking to see if I have any remaining bolts that have not been installed. I have 2 here on the bottom. And I'm probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes into this assembly. Checking all my bolts, making sure all the bolts are tight. I need to take the handle, and I noticed that with this particular cart, you can put the handle on the right or the left. So we have the tray that slides out. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take the top loose. And I'm just gonna loosen the top. Just enough to slide this thing down in there. Okay. We're going to put those plastic bumpers on the front. I'm the kind of guy, I kind of hate reading directions. I try to figure it out as I go. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to take these bolts out. Slide down the handle. But you can install this handle on the right or the left side. With this plastic bumper, we're going to put it on this side. So the plastic bumper goes across from the handle. So we're going to take this bumper and we're going to put that on the opposite side of the handle. just like that. So we have the two plastic bumpers on the opposite end of the handle. Here's the handle, and the drawer pulls out. But again, you can put this handle on the right or the left side. And the last part is taking these included rubber mats, and we're gonna lay them inside of the trays. One for the middle and the other for the bottom. And that's pretty much it. And we have the locking casters that we can lock the wheels when they're not in use. One on each side. Now that cart is not gonna move. Lift up on those handles to release the casters, the locking casters. The opposite side does not lock. We have a tray that comes out. You can put your tools here on this tray, slide them in, and that's it. So the overall installation probably took maybe 15 minutes, and that's with me kind of reading some of the directions. You know, I'm the kind of guy that I really don't like reading directions. I can kind of get an idea of how things goes. But just looking in the book, glancing at some of the pictograms, I'm probably maybe 15 minutes or so into this assembly. So what do I think about this cart that I picked up from Costco? It's pretty neat. So I'll be able to push this thing around the garage, put some of my tools here. If I'm working on my bike, I don't have to make a lot of trips back and forth. I can just put my tools right here on this cart. So I think this will be a great addition to the Caliente garage. So what do you guys think? I want you guys to chime in on this video and let me know what you think about this cart that I picked up from Costco. This thing, like I said, only cost me about 140 bucks plus tax. If you've already picked up this cart, be sure to put it down in the comment section below and let me know how you actually like the cart that you assembled. But from what I can tell, this cart is going to be great. Once again, the difficulty on putting this thing together was very low. It probably took a total of maybe 15 minutes, and that's not even really reading the directions. And I just assembled this Koda utility cart that I picked up from Costco, and I really like it. I might even buy another one. And I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.